As we're sneaking back, I go, do you know how hard it was to sneak in there? But not once. In 5 seconds of seeing you, they immediately were mad at us now. There's so many of them.
Someone killed a druid here. Or something like a druid. Anyway, very bad luck.
There's, well, perhaps a dozen or so of these robed figures. We'll let Brunnhilde solve it.
Okay. That sounds like a good idea.
All right. And do Brunnhilde and Perdix wait at the farrier's house for the other two to return?
I think if we knew the plan was for them to go north and, like, meet up, and we need to go northeast. Oh, yes, what do you think, Justin?
I think Catti has found Helwig.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, that was Helwig dead in the house, so there's no reason for us to go there. That's going to be a dead end, I think.
But your characters don't know that.
Sorry, yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
I think we should wait for them to return.
I'll like grunt and nod.
Because here's what I would like to do. I mean, I would like to know the results of their scouting. But what if we do some street preaching and try and wake these villagers up a bit?
Well, Jennifer thinks that's an awful idea, but if you suggest that to Brunnhilde, she'll say, like.
Anyways, let's wait for the others to return and see what they have for us.
No,
Okay.
do you want me to street preach?
I think we could like tag team it. You feed me the dogma, and I'll bring the rhetoric, and I think between the two of us we could rouse these villagers into something that may be able to work with us.
We get back from scouting, full tilt rebellion.
We're like, what? We were gone for like an hour.
You have the true faith, little Greek. Let us rouse these mortals. So yeah, should we set up in front of A, which is a big building, and just like street preach a bit?
Well, can we just wait to regroup the four of us so that we can make a decision as a group, or or do you just want to like go for it? I don't know. I think that we should figure out what we're up against through Catti and Arnulf. Arnulf.
I see you lack conviction, small Greek.
I mean, if you
I
just
say
want to
you're
get
probably
it going.
you're probably as tall as me and nearly as big as me.
You lack the true faith.
Yeah, but only because of the creatine, not you've done real.
Just gotta let that
workout.
like worker's muscle.
Well, while we wait, can we just like in the area? Is there like one of these zombified villagers who we could approach and just like try and understand what's going on with a little bit more? Are they just so broken by their oppression that nothing really phases them, or are they like bewitched in some way?
So if you sort of like walk around and begin sort of getting a sense of people, you can see that they just are unlikely to be moved. They're going through the motions and they all look exhausted.
Okay, so there's likely no magic here. So yeah, I think we should post up somewhere central. Right by us is east, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm cool to check out E or A. I'm curious in the big building, but E's close, so.
Okay, well let's go check out E while we wait for Catti and Arnulf to return.
E is a smithy.
Okay.
And there doesn't appear to be anybody there.
Alright.
It's on the corner of the streets, though, the main street and one going off to the south, and so it's an okay spot for sort of gathering attention. There's a couple of people working in the area. I will say that there are two truths There's listless and absent-minded villagers. Oh, actually, there's 3. Suspicious villagers. And daily life is nightmarish. So you're up against quite a few quite a few challenges.
It'll
I'd
take
say
quite the rabble to rouse these people.
Yeah, I'd say it would normally be a difficulty 2 with all 3 truths kind of working against you. It's a difficulty 5 to just kind of like talk people into any sort of action.
Okay. Well,
We can.
I don't mind
We
that.
can. Yeah, it's like we can wait, but our pool is so juicy. I think we'd do just fine.
I think we'd be, with your assistance, I think we could do this.
Should we do it right now? Are we doing this?
How close are Arnulf and Catti?
I would say that because of the extra time that Arnulf had to take, Alfred probably brought you out some water and maybe some food. And then it's been a while. They haven't come back. You probably have, 15 minutes before they actually arrive where you're just like, we could do something.
Okay.
We could talk to the people.
Nice. Well,
Yeah.
they'll know us by the echoes of our voices through the streets.
They'll know where we
And-
are.
And the warmth of their blood as it spills into the streets. Okay.
Yeah, I think we should stack up some boxes. We can just take
Just
some
pull them out of the smithy,
sturdy
the
crates.
abandoned
Yeah,
smithy.
some sturdy crates from the smithy. And then I think we'll stand up. So, Brunnhilde, feed me the dogma, and I'll just start saying, whether under the oppression of the dogs of Rome or false gods, villagers of Lupford, I call upon you, throw down your tools, stop working for these oppressive families who've lost their way. Fill not their stocks, give not them economy to do their evils, and shed the nightmares that have tortured you for so long and find new dreams and new hope. Rebel.
I'm
And then
inspired.
start feeding me some,
super inspiring.
start feeding me some wolf, some Faith of the Fang stuff, and my colleague and I, Brunnhilde, bring new hope in new faith and new spirits to counter these demons.
I was not expecting street preaching to come up in this adventure. But after thinking back about Perdix as a character and Brunnhilde as a character, I don't know how I didn't plan for this. Even Catti is a rebel revolutionary. It's only Arnulf who doesn't want to talk to anybody.
So in our street preaching, you're the carrot and I'm the stick. I'll feed you some dogma,
You're out
but I
whipping
don't
people.
say much.
Sure, yeah. Alright,
No, I
proceed
can
with
just
the
have, like,
threats, yep.
my arms crossed with like a whip dangling in my hand as you go.
Sure would want to get whip, would you? Listen.
All right.
Alright, so I'll assist.
Yeah, Jen, you go ahead and assist.
Gravitas.
Single D20.
Yeah, and then I would like to
Assist.
purchase, let's see, we have max momentum, so 1, 2, would rhetoric and invocation apply? I'm guessing this
Absolutely.
is gravitas and persuasion.
Yeah. Gravitas,
Okay.
persuasion, rhetoric is great. Invocation is also great.
Do I get an increase to my range per skill that I have? Or
No,
per focus,
it's
excuse me?
just focus or not.
Okay, I definitely have the focus, so that's fine.
Yeah.
And
So you spend 3 momentum to buy 2 additional dice. You're rolling 4.
I do indeed, yeah.
Okay.
Let's just see if we can just nail it. And I'm going to spend a fortune to start off with a 1.
right. So just a reminder, everybody only has 1 fortune,
Ooh, right.
not 3.
It's not as juicy.
This is my moment anyways. This is what I'm best at, so this may as well be it. Yeah. So that's done. That's my 1 dice. So I've got 2 more to roll. So 2 successes plus whatever Brunnhilde brings.
1.
Don't you? No, you should have a total of 4 dice. 1
Oh, I
per
get to roll
set, so you
3
should be
more.
rolling 3. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
And you got 3 successes right now.
Alright,
Yeah.
so that's... Oration is important to Perdix. Perdix's father was the ruler of a city-state in Macedon, but was deposed by Roman imperialism. With no birthright and no future in Greece, Perdix took the best weapon he has, his voice, and came to Rome to sow discord and discontent among the tenuous holdings of the empire. Nice. Oof. Okay.
Meric, put that face away.
Alright. So I got 4 successes and 1 complication. Brunnhilde, I hope you brought 1 success to this.
She sure did.
Alright, so
That's a
5
total of
successes
5.
and 1 complication. Yeah.
All right, so you succeed. Would you like the complication, or would you like to add 2 to threat?
You know I want the complication.
It's not even a question. You have to ask.
All right. And so a small crowd begins to gather. You know, a half dozen people, a couple more like looking from the fields. You're shouting, and one of them at the front steps forward, and you recognize them. It's a young woman who you definitely saw attack your caravan. And she steps forward and she drops to her knees and she says, "These visions of violence have plagued me for so long. Deliver me."
Join us and you will be delivered.
And she drops down and she begins to pray. Many others just sort of look on listlessly, and then you notice.
I bloody fang her.
Ooh. You see 2 figures standing up by the fence, clearly martially inclined. They are wearing armor. They have spears and small shields, and they stare at you with open hatred. And they pick up their spears, turn, and head towards the farm to the northwest.
Same. I stare at them with open hatred.
The
But
complication is that the cult is now aware of an orator in the town speaking against them.
It's fine. Fight them all. Kill them.
I'll fight them all.
At which point, Catti and Arnulf come up and see this small crowd gathering.
I lean in close to Catti and go, "She does this. It's just everywhere we go. This happens."
Brunnhilde is never subtle about how she expects people to behave or what she places upon them in terms of expectations. And she does tend to make herself known anywhere we go. Anywhere we arrive is she has taken charge and does tend to sort of bend people to her will with that sheer force of personality.
Are we throwing off the yoke of our oppressors? Is that a thing we're doing today?
I think they are.
Always.
Alright.
Eat,
sort of
sleep, throw the yoke of our oppressors.
There's an oppressor, throw that yoke, baby.
Throw that yoke.
I'm getting that on a t-shirt.
Yeah, that's a good t-shirt.
ABT, baby. Always be throwing.
Always be throwing. So once you gather up, the crowd begins to disperse. The young woman who is with you is sort of like looking around nervously, but she's kind of hanging on. She doesn't want to leave.
Oh, the young woman who we convinced?
Yeah.
So I give her the fang.
Yeah.
And what's the farrier's name?
Alfred.
I'll say, child, go to Alfred. Tell him you were sent. And leave with him for safety tomorrow, if we do not solve this tonight.
And she grabs your hand and says, "Thank you, priestess."
How many juicy pool points do we have?
I just spent 4 of the 6, I believe.
Spent 3.
You spent
3 of the-
3
oh, right, 3
out
of
of
the 6, yeah.
5, so you're at 2 now.
Can I spend one more to give her a truth of, like, sweet dreams tonight, or, like...
It would have to be 2 momentum spent to create a truth in that
I'll
manner.
do it.
All right, that drops the pool to 0.
Jen, we filled that pool up not for you to give it to some random person who attacked us.
I thought there was 3 left. I thought there was 3. I'm sorry, I take it back. I thought I
Okay.
was leaving us with 1.
That's all right.
And
All
not,
right.
like, hold their attention, or are they just gone?
You can hold some of their attention, absolutely. If there's more that you wanted to say.
I'd like to keep going.
Oh,
Turn
just
your
gonna keep
trowels up from the dirt, and turn them against those who would have you do violence in their name. If violence is all they have to give you, then give them violence in return. They have already marshaled, they have already headed, two dark-eyed demons have already headed back towards your handlers. Will you stand against them? Will you join us? Or will you return to your fields and turn over soil only to be reaped to no benefit to yourselves?
All right, if you're doing a call to action and creating a truth with that 2 momentum, we can definitely have a little
Lupford in
rabble-roused.
rebellion. Lupford
Alright.
in rebellion. Sorry, go ahead, Brunnhilde.
Can I help, like, even just, like, thematically, not, like, we don't have to do it mechanically, but that I, like, hit my whip in, like, times that are, like, emphasizing your words?
Oh yeah,
Rat.
create
Jacques Le Whipper.
add to the gravitas, definitely.
2 whips now and a tiny mustache.
I will not whip Barbie girl!
Excellent. Lupford in rebellion. So you've gathered a fair amount of information, you've scouted the area, you've made allies. And so when we come back, we'll figure out the next actions.
Love it.
I gotta
Very
say,
good.
this like trying not to do everything ourselves is pretty great. Where it's like, let's get the townsfolk riled up instead of let's just sneak around and not talk to anyone.
Yeah, like, how are we gonna beat dozens of people?
We send townsfolk at them and then shoot people who look like they're strong.